and to run to warm up ourselves. I hope that you too are good. I'm good. And I'm just wondering if you are safe and keeping safe and moving forward, adapting and loving who you are during these challenging times. Yes, because it's important to keep reminding yourself that during this time, take good care of yourself. And care begins when you love you. It's cold where I am. Temperatures are a bit low. I know not as extreme as in some places, but all the same, we thank God for this day. Maybe we should do some running to warm up. And as one of my mentors says, because we're doing a lot of sitting, maybe sometimes we can do some running. So run on the spot and run and run and run and run and run until our body is warm and keeping us warm. Yes, we run and run and run and run and run to keep ourselves warm and to warm ourselves, especially if we are going to be working from our desks. How do we make ourselves warmer, ready, flexible? We have to do things that we usually don't do. Yes, we don't usually do a run before we sit down. We normally just find ourselves sitting down. But anyway, welcome to today. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. And right now, still catching my breath. But all the same, it's one of those days that I want you to ask yourself some questions. And that is why. Today we are looking at inner strength because that's one thing we all need. And we need it, especially during this time. We are living in challenging times, and this demands us to have some inner strength. So, welcome to today. My name is Winnie Kamuya, CEO, International Renaissance Center, an international best-selling author, a speaker, and a coach. And today, let us look at one of the things that is fundamental to you having resilience, and that's cultivating inner strength. Maybe what I should begin with is having some questions of taking stock of where you are. Because if you know where you are, you know where to start from or where to go. They normally say, when you know your starting point and you know where you need to go to, then you can map out how you will get to the next level. And I believe you want to know before you begin, you want to know, where am I right now? So that as I begin my journey to cultivate resilience, I know my inner strength is at a particular strength. So I'll quickly go through some questions, which I believe if you go through, you can be able to get a point where you know where you're starting from. So let me share this so that we can be able to go through this together. Okay? So we want to take an inventory of your inner strength. And this is an exercise that can help you to rate yourself. So you begin by either agreeing with the statements or, you begin by strongly disagreeing or strongly agreeing. So the rating is between 1 and 5. And here are the questions that you could be asking and you need to ask yourself. Let me check whether we are live on before I go on, assuming that I'm with you. Let me see. Okay, we are together. Okay, so let's begin. I view setbacks as temporary and fully expect to overcome them because I'm generally optimistic. Is that I strongly agree, I strongly disagree. So, 5 being I strongly agree, 1 I strongly disagree. So, what rating do you give yourself? Number 2, when I feel angry, discouraged, or at a loss, it doesn't last long. These feelings almost go as quickly as they come. So you can either agree or disagree using the rating between 1 and 5. Number 3, I can cope with high levels of uncertainty when dealing with a situation. We are strongly agreeing, disagreeing, or midway, depending on what the statement says and depending on you. The next question, I am flexible, quickly adapting to change and new developments. I am generally curious, a curious person, and ask questions to gain clarity. Is it a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5? What is it? What is your rating? I can laugh at myself. When I am in a difficult situation, I can find humor. The next question, I take lessons from the experiences and others, from the experiences I and others go through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is your rating? I am a problem solver. I'm effective when it comes to making things work. What is your rating? The next statement, I am durable, I am strong, I can deal with difficult times well. The next statement, I find good luck and benefits in misfortunes or bad experiences. So, what is your rating? And give yourself a total score. If you want to know from the scores that you've gotten what it means, you can reach out to me and I'll share that with you. But let's go straight to a lesson, to our inner strength, and let's gather more information. Let's get enlightened on what inner strength means and how we can cultivate that, especially now. And one of the things that we need to do while we are cultivating inner strength, we could ask ourselves, so what does inner strength really mean? Okay? And let's look at 3 words that could lead us to some place where we could understand inner strength: resilience, perseverance, tenacity. What do these 3 words have in common? Resilience, perseverance, tenacity. Those 3 words, they have one word in common, or they share word in common. And what's that word? Think about what we've been talking about. What are we talking about today? Inner strength. So resilience, perseverance, tenacity has got one word in common, and that is inner strength. So when we have inner strength, what does it mean to us? Do we understand what it means to us? Inner strength is the power to handle difficult situations. Are you facing difficult situations during these challenging times? I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're asking questions. I'm sure you're wondering, what is all this? How do I deal with it? How do I handle it? Inner strength is the ability to give everything you have to reach your goal. Right now, during these challenging times, you are asking yourself, how will you go through whatever you're facing? Each one of us is facing an issue differently. How do we still get back to get to our goals? Inner strength. Inner strength is the dedication you have to take care of you and your family. Are you taking care of yourself in your family. Inner strength is the strength you have to fight injustice. If you're feeling that this is unjust for me, you want to fight it. That inner strength will give you what you need to do it. Inner strength is the work you do to further your purpose and support your values. I talked about values earlier. What are your values? If you know what are your values, then inner strength will enable you to work around that. And inner strength is the perceived strength you have to overcome the challenges of life, the challenges you're facing right now. If you're facing any challenge, then you know you have the inner strength, and that inner strength will enable you and push you forward. You want to be moving forward. So inner strength is something you need now, you need every day, you need every time, you need every minute. So you must have. We can say that we still facing challenges despite having the best. If you ask the people, the older generation, they will say you are having the best time of your life. But indeed, we could be having the best life, the best everything, but challenges are still there. Why? Because challenges are changing with the times. They are relevant to this time. So the challenges they faced were relevant to them at that time. So you need to understand that challenges will not stop, and they will not stop tomorrow, they will not stop today, they will not stop in the future. And you need to build your resilience so that your inner strength can help you push forward. So inner strength comes in all shapes and sizes, and it takes different forms, and it can take compassion, or it can take different forms, including compassion to kind words, silence when faced with insults, to taking action when you feel there's injustice. And we've witnessed this around the globe. This time, we've witnessed a lot of this. So when faced with aggression, inner strength can take forms of nonviolence. So just know that your inner strength will not behave the way my inner strength will behave. Each of us will likely behave differently. So we need to know that when our inner strength is developing, we don't expect it to be the same for everyone. So your inner strength is not something you're born with, it's something you develop, and you can develop it at any age. You're never too late to develop if you haven't developed your inner strength. It will help you cultivate your strengths, your skills, and your traits. So having inner strength is important. And so, what are some of the things that will help us to develop our inner strength? And I look at just 5 of them. So it doesn't matter what form your inner strength uh, comes comes in shape or form. Doesn't matter where. But inner strength comes from within. All of us, we have it. It's within us. It's within us. It's for us to like activate it when we are faced with situations that demand that we must now act. And all of us will act differently. All of us will respond differently to situations that force us to depend on our inner strength. So your inner strength will actually look at a situation, observe what is happening, and we say, when you are facing adversity, we want to reflect, we want to look at the situation, understand it. That was our beginning. We want to understand, this is the issue. This is what I'm facing. This is what I'm feeling. You want to understand all the thoughts, the emotions. You want to know how are you going to respond. So it is up to you to train your mind to harness your strength so that you respond according to you. I said it comes in all forms. We all have it within us. It could be it's not developed, but we all respond differently. So let's look at some ways in which we can demonstrate our inner strengths so that we are able to exercise and use our inner strength to build resilience. Because at the end of the day, we want to lead from a point of our inner strength. And we know it begins with mindfulness, and that is helping us to remain present. So, number one, actions that build our inner strength, they come from within. And if they are coming from within, one of the things we need to pay attention to is mindfulness. Mindfulness means we are present. Are you present to these challenging times? Are you noticing what is happening? How is it affecting you? So make sure you are mindful, build your capacity to be present, remain present, so that you can notice yourself and you can learn to be aware of what's going on around you. Pay attention, be present. This is very important because it will help you to stay calm, relaxed, and that is why if you are going to be mindful, it's good to learn how to meditate. Meditation allows you to remain silent, to listen to yourself, to listen to your breathing, to notice what is happening, to notice your thoughts, to bring back your thoughts to the present moment, to what you're experiencing, to what you're feeling, to help you respond. So, number one, be mindful. Number two, observation. When you're present, you can be able to recognize what's going on around you. You're more aware of your thoughts, your emotions, what you're experiencing, and what's happening with the people around you. You are able to also observe non-verbal clues around you. What's going on with the other people? They're not talking, but the way they're behaving, the things they're doing, very strange. Why are they doing this? Why are they responding to this? And when you stay in mindful, that is present, you are likely to observe a lot of things, and you will notice how those things happening around you could be affecting you. And that way, you can be able to manage your thoughts, your emotion. You can also be able to grow. And as you grow by being observant, being present, you are most likely to develop a good ability in terms of checking yourself and saying, no, stop. And you bring yourself back to the present moment and to a moment where you don't feel fearful, you are not having negative thoughts, you are in control of your thoughts, you're in control of what you know. For sure, this one I can control. And you let go the things that you know for sure you can't control. Number three, you build capacity. As you're becoming mindful, as you're being present, you are observing, you are learning how to check your thoughts, to remain present, your emotions, what you're feeling, what others are going through, and how it's affecting you. You're building your capacity to respond. So you are in control of yourself. So you're building capacity. Number four, compassion. Sometimes times like this can also require you to build compassion on others. As you observe others, you're like, okay, they are not responding in a way that will help them. This will destroy them. Maybe I need to feel compassionate about them. Difficult situations, traumatic events like what's happening, adversity all require us to have patience and understanding. Sometimes they require us to have forgiveness, and compassion facilitates all of this. So when you are compassionate, you can say, they are feeling this is a threatening situation. They are feeling they cannot handle this. Maybe I need to understand them. So compassion will help you. Lastly, what action will you take? Because once you are present, mindful, once you're observing And once you're building your capacity, you are beginning to understand. And now you're ready to take action. Building capacity to take compassionate action will increase your inner strength. You now know what to do and you can now take action. You're not just going to build capacity and not take action. You need to take action. It's important that you take action. And remember, this will be a continuous thing that will go on as you go on through the cycle of adversity. You're building your resilience, and each level you are growing stronger and stronger, which is very, very important. And when you practice this, you are actively building your capacity to deal with more adversity, and you are developing your strength, your inner strength. And in that case, you are becoming a resilient person, a resilient leader. When you're faced with these things, it will be easier in the future to face them, and you feel confident with yourself because you know, I can be able to feel and I can be able to be present. I can notice what is happening. I can control my thoughts. I can be present. I can see what others are saying, are feeling. I can be compassionate with them, and I can take action for me. I believe in you, and I know together we are building resilient leaders for the future, because you are the future. The present is here. You are the future leader. And if you have to be, you have to be a resilient leader. I believe in you, and I trust and believe that with this, you are going to be one of the great resilient leaders of the future. I trust that you will do what is required of you to develop your inner strength, become a better leader. And with that said, I want to ask you today to take and be present and to ask the relevant quality question you need to ask yourself. Do I have the strength? And if I've got the strength, if I have the inner strength, can I help others to grow it? If you don't, then what are you doing about it? Because inner strength can be developed and we have it within ourselves. I've looked at 5 things that you need to pay attention to. Which one of those do you need to activate to a new level? If it's mindfulness, being present, what action will you take so that you are mindful from today henceforth? So with the 5, pick one and act on it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for trusting yourself that today you need to grow or develop your inner strength to a new level. With that said, it's a goodbye. Leave your comments and feedback below. Until next time, goodbye, and make today a day that your inner strength is at a new level. Until then, goodbye.